early, like I said, and we'll get going. A couple other little house cleaning items as the winds comes in here and tries to ruin my day. Today we will pick our app provider, officially official, and hopefully by next week we will start to tell you download the app, and then you can start downloading the app. And those of you who want the app, it's free. And those of you who have not sent an email, you've got to do it soon. And it's wetrustdml@gmail.com. All you have to do in the subject line is write app. Please don't write anything else. Just write app. So this way we could search our emails by app, and then we have them all, and we could send you an email that says, hey, here's the download. And that's that. Okay, so that should be hopefully ready by next Friday, and we will be able to test it, and we can get rid of some of the problems we're having in terms of getting out alerts to you. That's that. Also, DVDs. We continue to send out DVDs every single day. You guys are starting to get them. If you ordered a week ago, please do not ask me for a tracking number. I'm telling you, it's going to be there soon. Okay, but if you did want a tracking number and you want to drive everybody crazy over the weekend, because that's what I told them, you got to work the weekends, send it to tv360dvd@gmail.com, and we'll get you a tracking number if one is available. But like I said, it's United States Parcel Service, so it takes a little longer to get to you. All right, and it is Christmas time. All right, I can't wait any longer. Got to start diving in. Here we go. First thing you need to know before I go, a couple of other little announcements. Okay, there's a gentleman. I caught his email by surprise. I think his name is Joe. Today's his birthday. He asked me, can you say happy birthday to me? Happy birthday, Joe. And if your name's not Joe, I'm sorry, but you know who I'm talking about. Also happens to be my best friend's birthday today. Jimbo, happy birthday. All right, what was the other thing? I don't know, I had something else. All right, but let's get into something that you need to know. All right, first of all, Wisconsin recount. Judge is like, all right, I think we've had enough of this, right? Because we've been doing this now for a while, and Hillary Clinton has gained, you ready for this? 61 votes. Yeah, so good news is another 20,000 votes to go, and she would basically lose for the second time this year in Wisconsin. So anyhow, that looks like the judge is calling a ruling. That looks like that's going to be done. And so this recount thing will go bye-bye. And you'll be like, DML, you haven't let us down. You let us know that we had nothing to worry about. And once again, you're like bend the clock. On time and right. Boom, it's over. Okay, so we have that. Now we get into the stuff that's going to really start to matter. There is a group, cheat sheet, can't remember the exact name, but Bloomberg, Mayor Michael Bloomberg, billionaire Bloomberg, and also Rupert Murdoch from Fox News. It's called New American Economy, okay? They are now starting to prepare to fight Mr. Donald J. Trump, president-elect, when he's president. They are going to try to force him into stopping his plans to do mass deportation. According to the people that are in this group, many of them are Trump supporters. Most of them are very rich people. They're CEOs. They work with mayors of cities, try to convince them that immigration, what they really want to say is illegal immigration, is a very vital part of our economy. They have grabbed experts together who say that if Trump comes together and does his mass deportation plan like he says he will. Okay, says I'm still here. Oh my goodness. My phone just said trying to reconnect. I have no idea. All right, DML, don't lose your patience. I won't. Okay, so anyway, they work with, this group is a collection of CEOs. They work with mayors, and they have these experts that they got together who said that immigration, illegal immigration, if he does the mass deportations, that it is going to take a hit on our GDP of $1 trillion, and that it will cost taxpayers $400 billion. I am telling you right now, it's garbage. That report is garbage, okay? First of all, many of these people, when you cut off the jobs, they're going to self-deport. That's going to cost you nothing. And oh, by the way, the savings that you're going to wind up getting in all the costs that there are associated with these illegal aliens, okay, is going to definitely outweigh the cost, the one-time hit of those who we do have to deport. Those who do actually have to go through the process, who don't self-deport, who say, hey, you know what, even though you cut off the jobs and you cut off this and you cut off that, I'm still going to stay. You say, no, you're going to be deported. Well, they have to go through a deportation process. Yes, that is costly. Yes, it is time consuming. But you know what? The fact of the matter is you pay it one time and then it's hasta la vista. That's it. Or adios. I don't know Spanish. I could be saying something wrong. But ultimately, why they champion for this sort of thing, as I told you yesterday, there's a theme on this show, this walk and talk, that never changes, and that's because it never changes in America. Businesses want cheap labor. So that's why you get the Bloombergs and the Rupert Murdochs and all these other different CEOs trying to work with mayors and trying to say, hey, we got to fight back on Trump. Trump is going to have a lot of pressure not to deport people like he promised he would. I am telling you right now, yours truly, your pal, if it turns out to be that Donald J. Trump starts backing off his immigration stuff, you think I'm going to be upset about Mitt Romney? I'll be extremely upset about the deportation stuff. But as always, we give President Donald J. Trump the flexibility and the time he needs to get things done. So I'm sitting here thinking he's going to do the right thing. If he caves to these guys, I'll tell you, it'll be a one-term president. It will be over. All right? So just so this way you know, that's in the workings, as yours truly puts on one of his gloves because it's cold today. Cold today. Hold on one second. Give me a little break, a little time. Try my best. To think of how much money my parents spent on braces. Cold today, right? It's cold today. Gotta keep moving, gotta always be moving forward. Although I think that was an Obama term, moving forward, right? What do? We moved backwards with that guy. My Lord. Okay, next. Now, this is why'd I pick this today? I'm gonna talk to you about the GOP. I know the wind might be tough. The GOP is just dropping the ball with their conversations about how it is that they're going to repeal Obamacare. All right, they're lost. Get ready, coming out with the B, say it at home. The GOP can't find its buttocks with both hands. Yes, for those of you who are new, buttocks is the nice word for hiney. Anyway, why DML? What's going on? I don't understand it. Trump said we're going to repeal Obamacare. Of course we are, but we are left with the problem. What's the problem, DML? Here it is. Right now, there are 20 million people who are on Obamacare, all right? So what do you do with all those people? That's the problem. So the GOP, because it's chicken and it waffles and it always tries to cater, right? They said, well, you know what we'll do? We'll try to come up with another replacement. And then, I don't know, 2018, 2019, we'll just push Obamacare till 2018, 2019. And then when it's over, we'll just, it will just be over. So in other words, these 20 million people are just going to fall off the cliff, okay? It's not the way you do it. That's not the way you do it. Here's how you do it, okay? And right now, the GOP, this is the sort of stuff they're talking about. You can see it on my website, DennisMichaelLynch.com. Everybody's talking about it. You'll see it. Here's how you solve that problem. First of all, right now, Obamacare is just... It's imploding. It's destroying itself. It's almost like it's just like a how do you say it? It's like a snowball, and the snow just keeps on falling off. It's going off on the side. Why? People are leaving it. The premiums are just going. They're just going too high. The deductibles are just going too high. People are just saying the hell with it. Now, if the GOP would make it so this way, we would give people the ability to go out now and buy other programs at the same time, run them in parallel, right? So people say, oh, okay. Well, I'll start jumping on. To a new plan. I'll be more than happy to get a new plan. Why do I have to stick with Obamacare for the next couple of years while you figure out what you're going to do? Put something now in place. Let me jump off. I want to jump off. I need an alternative. So, okay, you jump off. And what will happen is slowly but surely, the people who are on there will start coming off and they'll start buying different insurance. Now you got the people who can't afford the insurance, right? We know about that. A lot of those people are the 20 million people. So what happens? You leave in place absolutely leave in place that if you have a pre-existing condition, you'll be covered. You leave in place the provision for the children, the kids, the youngsters to stay on their parents' stuff. You even leave in place part of the subsidies for the people who are just barely hanging on. What will happen, just like the deportation stuff I told you about, is that slowly but surely, by the time 2018 rolls around, you will have the majority of Americans who can afford insurance and being on insurance having lower premiums, lower deductibles with private insurance versus having to go through Obamacare. And those 20 million people right now who are hanging on with both hands to Obamacare because they never had insurance before, what you do is you put them on Medicare. You put them on Medicare, and maybe you'll have 2, maybe 3 million people who are doing that versus the 20 million people. You say, DML, I'm still having to pay for other people's insurance. No, you're not. You're really not that way. It will cost you so much less money, so much less money. And on top of that, keep in mind this. Remember how I tell you all the time, DML knows what he's talking about. I studied this stuff when I was exploring, and this was my plan. Because this stuff all connects to each other, you have no idea how much money we are paying for illegal aliens who use our hospitals as their primary care physician. Oh, I've got a cold. Let's go to the ER. Do you know how much money that costs? It's insane. That's why so many times now they're trying to push them off the clinics. At least at clinics, it will cost a lot less money. We don't have the abundance of illegal aliens we have right now. The funds that we're using to cover these different bills that the illegals aren't paying. They're never paying for that bill. They're never doing it. And you're being paid for it. The taxpayers are paying for it. Who do you think's paying all this stuff? You know how many hospitals have closed down literally because of the amount of pregnancies that are paid for by you, the US taxpayer? It costs $15,000 to $20,000 to deliver one of these new Americans. So I assure you, if the GOP were to say, you know what? We're going to run 2 plans as one. We're going to wean off Obamacare and we're going to go on to new private insurance as we once had it, but much better plans. What you do, that's how you run things in tandem. And eventually the Obamacare will fall off. You put those people on Medicare, like I told you. It'll cost far less money. And you will now be able to, a guy like me, will be able to go back and have a good insurance plan. I could go cross state. The problem is solved. Gee, DML, we really do wish that you would have run for president. Listen, that man does not deport those illegal aliens. You're going to see my ass going. I promise you that right now. Promise you that right now. DML, you're not that funny today. You're very serious. I'm very serious. Very serious today. A lot of problems in the country. Some days I'll jerk around, fly around, jump in leaves. I love that. I love the leaves. Other days, it's time to get down to business. Today's a get down to business. Today's the day you share this stuff. Today's the day you say, you know what? The information he's given to me, it's unbelievable. Yes, it is unbelievable. We got to be able to fight back against people like Murdoch and Bloomberg, the people who think they run this country because they're billionaires. It's the American people who run this country, and we're going to hold Donald J. Trump's feet to the fire. Okay? Let's always remember this, Donald J. Trump. We love you until you don't love us back. The minute you don't love us back, we turn, because it ain't about you, it's about us. It's about the country. We gave you the power, now use the power for the people. That's it. I see you bow at all, on you like white on rice. That's it. All right, DML, we're psyched. You got us all happy. Yeah, you should be happy. Okay, you should be happy. Here we go. We're getting tough again. Here's another toughness. You ready? We're going into the wow segment. DML, man, you're moving through this stuff quick. I am. The wind is windy. We got to make sure this stuff works. Got to get our problem solved. I'm trying to cut the wind as much as I can. Sorry about it. I didn't know it was this windy today. Miss Mary didn't tell me. Miss Mary is my my weather girl, by the way. I always say to her, man, what do I need today? Oh, you're going to need the sweatshirt. Okay. Do I need more than that? No, you don't. Miss Mary failed me on the wind today. Oh, I still love her, though. Okay, now let's go into the wow segment. This is a wow, man. This is the wow for the ages. So one of the great things that came out of this recount, thanks so much, Jill Stein. Enjoy that $7 million you got now. One of the great things that came out of the recount was that we do see how it is that the Democrats are really jerking around with our election system. That's really what this all came out, all right? In Detroit, get this. We have now found out about voter fraud, that there are many cases that one person's vote was counted 6 times. Yeah, Yeah, and so the guy who's running this whole scam, he tries to say, well, it's the machines. It's the machines. What would happen is it wouldn't show registry that it registered, so we'd take it and we'd stick it in again, and we'd stick it in again, we'd stick it in again, and again and again and again. And we'd be like, oh, it looks like it caught on finally. Yeah, okay. You got a bridge to sell me too? Okay? Let me tell you, bridge 3/4 of the way to Hawaii, whoo, in the water. Okay, whoo, in the water. One more time, DML, whoo, in the water. Sound effects on this show are unbelievable. So, it comes down to, there's voter fraud, sure, but it's always the Democrats. So, what are they trying to do in Detroit? What are they trying to do in Michigan? They're trying to clean it up. So what do? They're like, you know what? This voter ID thing, man, we need new voter ID. Well, if we do voter ID law, we got to come up with some things so this way we look like we're compassionate. All right? So in other words, politically correct voter ID laws. So what do? They come up with this, oh, wind is terrible, DML. I know, I'm trying to cup it. They come up, do you realize that there's a leaf blower here every single day? And we are in December? Goodness gracious, leaves, full down already. Okay, so they come up with this voter ID law. And it's passed the House in Michigan, but it hasn't gone to the Senate yet. And the NCAAP is screaming, not fair, not fair. Well, here's what they want. They put in all these fair rules. If you cast a ballot and you don't have your ID with you, you got 10 days. 10 days to come back and say, yeah, look, I really am Joe Schmo. I really am Sally Smith. 10 days they're giving you. If you don't come back in the 10 days, your vote's no good. Oh, that's not no good. That's no good. Wait a second. We're going to add some more to that. You need to get your birth certificate. You can't find it. You need to get another piece of ID, legal ID. You need it. Guess what we're going to do for you? We are going to 100% remove all fees, no costs whatsoever. It's free. We'll absorb all the costs as a state. Just come on in and say, hey, I don't have my birth certificate. I really need one. Just come on in. It's free. Bending over backwards. NCAAP says NG. What does NG stand for? No good. They say no good. It's no good. You're diminishing us as a people. You're discriminating against us. All you're doing this for is because you don't want young people, old people, black people to vote. That's what they say. Okay, here we go. This is mixing a little bit of the opinion and wow together. DML's coming down hard right now. The NCAAP holds back the black man and woman, holds them back. If you are a human being who can walk, talk, and just articulate, yeah, I would like to have a large coffee, black with no sugar, please. Or if you could articulate, yeah, I'd like a 45 ounce. If you'd like any one of those things, such as, yeah, I'd like to have that gun right now. How do I file off the number? If you could do any of those things, you can certainly get yourself an ID. If you can't get yourself an ID, I don't want your vote. You shouldn't even be allowed to vote. DML, you're going off the farm. I'm not going off the farm. Think about this. Seriously, these people are claiming that they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the intelligence to get an identification. Seriously? You know, it's comments like that that hold back the black community. It does. Because you ask me this. I've been an employer my entire life. I've hired everybody. Blacks, whites, Chinese, Japanese, all the E's, all the I's, all the O's, U's, and Y's. And let's sing something that doesn't apply. I'm starting to rhyme everything. I have hired everybody. When I hire somebody, I don't look and see, oh, I'm going to hire a black guy in the back. I don't turn around and say, oh, you know what? I just got a Chinaman to do my technology. Oh, you know what? Did you see her? What a Hispanic beauty that one is. Never. Nobody does that. Nobody does that anymore. You sit down and you say, sure, Lolita, look at Lolita. She's great. Look at Leroy. He's great. Look at James. He's great. Look at whoever. He's great. That's what you do. You hire employees. They become part of your family. They become part of your system. That's how you do it. You don't look at them based on their color. I know this. How do you know this, DML? Because I'm an employer and I got buddies who are employers. And that's not what we don't do it based on color. So, but you tell me this, Mr. NCAAP. You tell me this. If you have somebody who is incapable of going and getting themselves a voter ID or going to get their birth certificate, and they're not caring enough to go get the time to do that, they don't have the wherewithal and brains to do that, why in heaven's name would I ever hire that person? I would never hire that person. Ever. And when they come in to sit down, I'm going to really need to know that they are who they are. So why does the NCAAP, why do they do that? Why don't they say, and ready, you want to talk about donations? You donated to me, right? I've donated to places. I just donated, oh my God, did I make a donation to Reach of America for all the veterans in Arlington to get wreaths for this holiday season. Took it from the DVD sales as I promised. You make a donation, you say, donate to us. We want to do a big, huge program to help people get IDs who don't have IDs. I donate tomorrow. Donate tomorrow. If there's a real problem where you can't get yourself an ID, you can't get yourself a birth certificate, you need car, transportation, any bus, you need something, I'll donate right now. Tell me where to go. I'll get $500. I will do whatever it is to help my fellow American. If there is really a situation where somebody wants to vote, they need an ID to vote, but they can't get to the place, I'll drive the van. I'll drive the van all week long. The fact of the matter is they don't want the IDs. They want to continue to do the BS of putting the file into the machine 6 times and getting 6 votes for one person. And the part of it that just absolutely rips me to shreds is why? Why? Have you seen Detroit? Have you seen Chicago? Have you seen the cities in this country that have been basically run by Democrats? They're falling off planet Earth. They're horrendous. And so that's that. And so now we're going to go into the story segment. We're almost, what are we getting there? We're about 20 minutes. I'll be able to see the time in a couple seconds. All right, where are we? We're at 12 o'clock. Bells should be going off. As soon as the bells go off, I'm going to about face and go back the other way because this is usually the best signal area we have. You're going to love this story. You're going to love this story. Many of you maybe have already seen it on my website. You're going to love this story. Okay. What did I just get? Over 300,000 people. Okay, I don't know. Somebody's sending me a text message about how many people right now are on our website based on the story I'm about to tell you right now. Come on. Where are the bells? Where are the bells? Maybe I won't get the bells today. Oh, that would be horrible. Wouldn't it be horrible if we didn't get the bells today? Thank you! Huh? Come on. He heard me. He heard me. And now I'm about face going backwards. Thank you. Made my day. Always makes my day. Always makes my day. Boy, is it great to be alive. Is life great or what? Right? Life's great. We got all of our problems. Yeah, and Donald J. Trump, he's going to try to fix some of them. He's not going to fix all of them. We're always going to have problems. You know, it's just like, you know, you fix the toilet bowl, which I just had to do, and all of a sudden this faucet doesn't work. You gotta get like yesterday. Remember yesterday? I was singing. Right? It's all good. It's all good. We're living. We're breathing. It's a good life. Gotta make it better. And here's a story about making life better. Donald J. Trump. Now, I posted this, and our site is going bananas. And I have a couple of contacts within the whole Trump team. And so I said, you know, I better just sort of firm this up, which I think I was so excited about the story, I didn't firm it up. But I mean, if this is a lie, what I'm about to tell you, what an unbelievable lie. I mean, way to pull this off. There's no way it's a lie. Here's the deal. There is a woman in Trump Tower. She's a black woman. She was homeless. 9 years ago, she was snuck into Trump Tower and she overtook one of the empty, I guess, apartments. And she was in there for a while. Nobody knew about it. Finally, they caught her. And they called the New York City Police Department, as they should have. And the police department came up and said, listen, you're living in here. You're not supposed to be living in here. You need to leave. And so the woman says, well, I'm not leaving. And they said, well, we're going to have to arrest you. And she said, well, you're going to have to arrest me. So anyway, they call up Donald J. Trump. And he comes upstairs and he meets with this woman. And she tells Trump her heartbreaking story. And that she's homeless. And that she's cold. And that she has nowhere to go. And so Donald J. Trump, president-elect, before he was president-elect, 9 years ago, said to the cops, don't worry about it. Go ahead. We're going to keep her here. And for 9 years, Donald J. Trump has kept this woman in that place. Now, she put out a video. You could see it. Go to DennisMichaelLynch.com. If you go with your cell phone, you probably have to scroll down a little bit through the stories because we posted it last night. But if you go on your tablet or your computer, you'll see it right there at the top, right? And so she filmed herself and she's up in a tower and she's showing you Central Park. I mean, this woman is high up showing you Central Park. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Manhattan, that's like really expensive. If you could see Central Park looking down, you're paying a lot of money. I mean, lots of money. So this woman has been in there for 9 years. She has not had to pay rent. Donald Trump ensures the fact that she gets 3 meals every single day. She gets her laundry service, cleaning service, and every week, one time a week, she gets fresh cut flowers sent to her place of residence, which is basically in Trump Tower. And she said to Donald Trump, I don't know, why are you doing this? And he just said, listen, one day you pay me back. And she says in the video, I'm never going to be able to pay him back. That's his way of saying never. Now, the fact that this story did not explode, and the reason why she did what she did, revealing what she revealed, was because she comes across, and you could see, I mean, she's not very articulate. She's sort of worn down. You could tell. I mean, unless this woman is the greatest actor in the world, and this is all like a publicity stunt, which I don't think he needs because he already won the election. She said that she felt that she had to come out because Donald J. Trump is getting slammed by people as being a hater. And she's like, what are you talking about? This is one of the greatest men in the world. So anyhow, we have it up there. The thing's already been shared 50,000 times. The website's going absolutely bananas on it. And I mean, I sent off to Trump Tower. I'm sure I'll get my email back soon that it's, an authentic story. I have no reason to believe at all the different. But anyway, this is the guy that everybody's saying is such a hater and so terrible, and that he's just the worst thing ever. It's just not true. It's just not true. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to shortchange you. Going to jump off now. I think we did a 25-minute walk and talk. I like it better when it's an hour. But anyway, gave you some good stuff. You got to share the videos. If you don't share the videos, people don't know what we're trying to do over here. We had a good crowd today, 6,000. A little bit, well, I see 6,000. There's probably people on YouTube. A little bit less than usual. But you know what? We're going to get this down. We're going to get it down. And I told you last night, let me just part on this. This is by far as I know, the most popular political show on Facebook Live. Yeah, Donald J. Trump gets 30 to 40,000 people when he does his live events, and he's the president, for goodness sake, and he's got 12 million people. We get 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people. We only got 1 million on my page, right? We got these other places. I looked at them all. Obama gets 2,500 people for his lives. Alex Jones, I don't watch his stuff, but Alex Jones, I know he's popular. He's got 1.3 million people on his page, so a little bit more than mine. Yesterday I watched his stuff, 600 people on his. So you know what? We're doing phenomenal. You're doing phenomenal. You guys are the best in the world, and I'm going to keep on coming out here every day, and we're going to rock and roll. So let me just give you the final little things that I do at the end of the time. Okay, 40404, and then what you do, that's what you do on your cell phone, and then you go follow, space, don't write space, don't do anything else, you just use a space bar, at Real Dennis Lynch, you start getting our alerts. That's how it works. If you want to get the DVDs, I'm telling you right now, come Monday, I am not going to say if you want to get the DVDs anymore. I'm going to say if you want to get the DVDs, I'm going to have an overnight them to you. If you want to get the DVDs, you better get them now. You go to DennisMichaelLynch.com, you get all 5 films, plus free copies of all 5 films for just $20. DML, how you doing that? You know what? I'm giving back to the people who gave to me. And that's how that works. So, I will see you tomorrow morning, God willing. But he did the bells when I didn't think I was going to get the bells, so I think he's willing. And so anyway, we're going to do that, and we're going to go in a direct opposite direction. Yeah, and we'll see if that works. And if that doesn't work, then I know that's the problem spot. Yeah, and we'll figure it out another way. Because that's what we do. We look at problems, we solve them. All right. So, that being said, God bless you. God bless our troops. God bless America. And God bless the man who comes up, or the woman who comes up with the leaf blower that makes no noise. I'll be happy. I'll be happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, clap your hands.